In this video, I'm going to be sharing what we use in our homeschool to study the hymns. We have used a few books, and these are some of them right here. I have shared this one before. This is a part of our Heart of Dakota curriculum. We really love it because it always shares a little bit about the hymn, how it was created. It tells you about the author of the hymn. So you have background. And then after that, it goes into the hymn. And there's always a Bible verse and a little prayer that goes along with it at the end. It has beautiful illustrations. And I also like how it has a CD in the back with all the hymns. So if you're not familiar with the hymn, you can just follow along with the hymns in the CD. This is volume 1, but there are 3 in the series. So this is the first one. And we also have volume 3, which is Christmas carols. And we usually take this one out during Christmas time, and we try to learn some of the Christmas hymns for the season. It's laid out in the exact same way as the other one. It gives you the background of the hymn. And then it goes into the hymn, the Bible verse, and the little prayer. And in the back is the CD. We don't own volume 2 yet, and that is because in our Heart of Dakota curriculum, volume 2 is scheduled with Mission to Marvels or Modern Marvels. So once we reach this guide, then it's going to be part of our curriculum. So I'm just waiting until we get to that point. 2 other books that we have read that have to do with hymns are these 2 books about Mr. Pipes and the 2 children that he is friends with. So this one is Mr. Pipes and Psalms and Hymns of the Reformation. This one we have not read yet. This is scheduled for us to read with our 6th grade curriculum with Heart of Dakota. But we did read this one this last school year, and this one is Discovering Hymns of the Early Centuries. We really enjoyed it. My kids liked it as well. It does talk about like the Roman time period. Excuse me. So it is about the early centuries. And this is a storybook, but it teaches you about the old hymns in a storybook form. It's usually tells you like here a little piece of the hymn, then it goes into the story, and usually towards the end of the chapter it has the whole hymn for you to read. And then they explain it. It's usually Mr. Pipes. He's explaining the hymn to the kids, the history of it, why Christians used to sing them, things like that. So this was a great read. The only thing I have to say is the chapters are pretty long. We had to break them down. We did half a chapter each day instead of a whole chapter, and you might even be able to break it down into 3 parts if you'd like. There are 2 other books in this series, Mr. Pipes and the British Hymn Makers, and Mr. Pipes Comes to America. So there are 4 books total. I believe this one is the first one in the series. It does have some black and white pictures. So these are really good storybooks if you want to learn the hymns in a storybook format. We also own the Singing the Great Hymns by Simply Charlotte Mason. This also has the CD included in the back, but this CD is only an instrumental, so there are no words with the hymns. It has a track list, an author index, and it's set up in the same way. So it has the hymn, and then it has it with the music notes. So there are hymn groups. Here's hymn group 1, hymn group 2, and there are 12 total. The way they suggest you use this is by doing one group of hymns each school year. And if you start at grade 1, you have a group of hymns to do all the way through 12th grade. And they do include a few like holiday hymns, Christmas, so holidays like that. Here's O Little Town of Bethlehem. And in the very beginning, it gives you instructions on how they recommend using this book. What is a hymn study, how this book works, additional notes. And then at the beginning of each group, it lists all the hymns that are going to be used for that year. It has over 70 hymns, I believe, so this is a really good resource to have as well. The last group of books I wanted to share, I do not own, but they are on my wish list. It's a set of 3 books. They are called Then Sings My Soul. You can buy them individual as well. They are about $12 each if you'd like to do that. Or Christian Books has the set of all 3. And as I believe each one of these books is kind of like a devotional. It also has many hymns, and they tell you the history behind them as well. And I believe these are very popular as well around homeschool families.